Jasper is desperate to go to a skate park. We might have time, we might not. We are going to go to a skate shop though.
Mum and Dad gave me in a present. I will try and get that kind of skateboard.
Yes, that's the kind of skateboard I want. And then I'm hoping to talk a little bit, I think probably about Porsche and battery supplies in general for EVs. Also, actually, not related to EVs, back onto skateboards, I need to get some more grip tape because my longboard grip tape is like totally knackered. Stay there, Jasper, back in a minute. We go get some parking.
Look at these big boy skateboards.
Ooh, that's what I want. In. Careful.
Look!
Can you carry that board for me?
Oh man!
Because I've got this one to carry.
Oh man!
Cheers. Wow, that was a busy store. Not on the ground, monkey. Just carry it, chicken. We just got to cross the road, all right? Oh, watch out! Car coming. Yeah, you can have a little try, but your skateboard's better. Okay, skateboard getting mission is complete. The question is, I don't think we've got time to go to the skate park today, Jasper. I think we're going to have to go tomorrow. Or...
I did want to go tomorrow.
Okay, and what we can do, Jasper, is we can do some skating in the garden when we get home.
With your new skateboard.
Yeah, of course.
My old skateboard.
Yeah. Right, we're going to be cracking. Just going to quickly look to see if they've got any lights, okay? Can't see any lights at the skate park. Oh, what a annoying pain. Nope, there's no lights. It always feels like a mad rush to like beat the setting of the sun in this country, at least in winter time. Obviously it's the opposite problem in summertime with children waking up at 5 in the morning and going, it's daytime, look, beautiful sunlight.
Dad, is it still on the running machine?
Yeah, Mummy's still on the running machine. Looks so.
Ooh.
How much do you think?
30 quid?
£500. No, I'm joking. Obviously. It was 40 quid. Come on, let's go give it a try. Oh, I need to take this plastic off. I hate the way they do this. Wrap it in plastic. We want them to be as loose as possible, but not so like ridiculously loose. You see what I mean? So on your board here, chicken.
Yeah?
See if I stand on this, it's really easy to turn it. Which is good for you, because you don't weigh a lot, but for me, it's too much, because I do weigh a lot. That's better for me. Yeah, you go outside, the lights will come on. That's how they work. They're those kind of lights. See? Oh, awesome, dude. That was good going. Yeah, that one's getting better. We're getting better, aren't we? So, what I was going to talk about today was Porsche and the Panamera SE Hybrid. If you remember, I think about a week ago I mentioned 60% of Panameras are being sold as hybrids, which is actually caught the European end of Porsche a bit out of... Sorry. Which has caught Porsche in Europe a bit on the back foot. They weren't expecting, I don't think, to sell quite that number of hybrids. Makes perfect sense for a Porsche. You know, not only do you get some benefits depending on where you live, but you also spend a lot less money on fuel, and I guess Porsche drivers are into at least paying lip service to environmentally friendly. I don't know, maybe. I'm not a Porsche owner, so I couldn't really comment. But 60% plug-in hybrids is definitely something. The problem is that because Porsche wasn't expecting it, they basically had to turn around to their battery supplier and say, can we have twice as many batteries? To which the answer is a resounding, not really. If you order a plug-in hybrid Panamera at the moment, you're talking sort of 3-4 month wait. And it's caused by that battery supply issue. And my suspicion is that in time, like over the next sort of 4 or 5 years, the population of electric vehicle manufacturing companies out there is going to basically bifurcate into one of two groups. You're going to get the group of people that realised that batteries were going to be the bottleneck and have...
My mum is clapping for my trick.
She's clapping for your tricks?
Yeah.
Brilliant. You know, sometimes I think I should just do a vlog about Jasper and his skateboard. Your skateboard's bigger, Jasper. That's why it's better. Yeah, so you're going to have these two groups. You're going to have one group which is clearly invested in tying down their battery supply, you know, through the use of contracts, through supply agreements, through all these various different things, or alternatively taking the Tesla approach and actually just owning their own factory, building that with another partner or not. And then you're going to get the other group, the group that thought, oh, it'll be all right. We'll just, you know, we'll buy the batteries we need when we need them, and there'll be a sort of commodity thing that we'll be able to get hold of really easily. They're right. They are going to be very much commoditized in the future. But as we get there, certain manufacturers are going to be able to fulfill the demand for their EVs that I think is definitely going to be there once those vehicles become longer range and, you know, there's a larger selection. I mean, at the moment, there's just such a tiny selection of longer range EVs that it's really a first come, first served basis as far as the auto manufacturers are concerned. Whoever gets there first is going to sell loads of them because there's nowhere else you can go. Take Nissan, for example, with its new Leaf. They have been, similarly to Tesla, investing in batteries and factories for heading in the direction of a decade. You know, they even built their own batteries for a while, but they're definitely very much involved in that industry in a direct way. Oh, good. That's my prediction here. 4 or 5 years, you're going to really see that clear split between the ones who are going to make it and have thought about where they're going to get batteries from, and the ones that have gone, well, we just thought it would be okay. Which at the moment is where Porsche is, but my suspicion is that they and their experience will hopefully feed through into the rest of the VW group, and they will go, you know what, in 4 or 5 years time we're going to need a large amount of battery supply, and if we don't believe the suppliers will be there able to fulfill that demand, what we need to do is ensure they are there or build our own factories. Tesla, they've got it made. They've got their supply sorted. Come on, let's do a little bit more skateboarding and we go back in, okay? Sophie's finished her run now, and I've finished messing around on my little new skateboard, so it must be time for me to have my run. Oh yeah. Okay, one final word on the whole Panamera SE deal. I am for anything that helps to change the attitude of the established automakers. I think that's one of the major barriers that we've had, probably the biggest barrier almost bigger than public perception, because the public choose the vehicles that they want to buy out of the ones that are available when they're looking. So if the vehicle they want to buy isn't available, then there's your answer. You can't ask them ahead of time, you know, what do you think about a vehicle like this? Because you kind of have to see it in the flesh, especially with something like an EV where so much of its value is actually down to what it's like to drive and what it's like to live with on a day-to-day basis. And if people can't experience that in the real world, then, you know, you're never going to get a positive, yeah. It's very, very much good news that Porsche is doing well with their plug-in hybrids. I look forward to the Mission E becoming properly available because, you know, that's pure EV. One quick thing before I forget, for anyone else who's, you know, trying to lose a little bit of weight, 10 minutes outside trying to do a bunch of ollies and pivots and stuff on that new little skateboard, and my Fitbit said I was right up into the fat burn heart rate end of things. That was a good run. Wasn't what I was expecting. I thought I would be aerobically out of breath, but actually my legs really ached, and I think it's because I was out on that skateboard. I know. Normally it's I run out of breath and my legs are good to go, but today it was kind of the opposite. Well, it does work the legs trying to do ollies on a skateboard. You know, you're basically jumping up and down, trying to sort of finesse the movement of your legs in that 1/10 of a second that you're off the ground. Yeah. Well, it wears my legs out anyway. You know, this whole year, this season 3 of my vlog is turning into a very exercisey like thing.
Season 3?
Yeah, I decided, one of my subscribers suggested a while ago that I do the seasons by year, and actually that does make a lot of sense. 350 odd, however many I've missed, less vlog posts for the year, right. And then will be season 4. Oh. That's what I think I'm going to do. And then probably by that point I'll decide the whole season thing is a joke and just go back to like vlog 2172. But kind of annoyingly, I didn't actually lose any weight. When I tend to weigh myself just after I've had my shower, whenever I have a run, which at the moment is every day, and I'm like 900 grams heavier than I was 4 days ago. But you know what though? What I used to do, and this is what I'm going to go back to doing, because this is definitely the sensible thing, is I'm doing loads of exercise, my weight should be going down, I will only record the new lowest point weight in Fitbit, which is good for a bunch of reasons. Firstly, Fitbit uses your weight to estimate your resting calorie burn, and obviously the more you weigh, the more your resting calorie burn is, so there's a little bit of benefit there to the Fitbit calculations. And also, it means that you're not mentally thinking, I've just done a whole load of exercise and now I weigh almost 1 kilo more than I did 4 days ago, which is just depressing, and we don't want that. So there you go, there's a top Fitbit weight losing tip. I'm going to say goodnight now because it's late and just going to bed and etc, etc. I hope you've enjoyed today's vlog post and found it interesting and fun. If you have, remember to like it, share it, and subscribe if you haven't already. And follow me on Instagram if you don't already, and I will see you tomorrow for the next installment of my daily vlog. Bye!
Daddy?
Yeah?
When Mouse is eating skateboards, it's like they're peaceful now.
I see. We've had mouse troubles again. Good news is I've worked out where the mice traps are. Right, you stay there, Jasper, back in a minute.